Hey Virgo, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2024. Happy summer solstice. Welcome to the season of I Feel. Your ruling planet Mercury is already in Cancer, hanging out with Venus, transiting together, which was lovely. And I feel like you need more of this than you need of me. So I'm going to give you that. I also feel like what I got for you guys was that you may be a little too tit for tat this season. You may be a little too in your feelings, a little too hyper emotional, a little too like keeping record of others' wrongs. There could be just something there where remember the love. Remember why you're in it. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. It's worth fighting for. It's worth charging for. It's worth pursuing. It's worth dealing with the feelings. Your girl's in Honolulu again. And on July 2nd, Mercury leaves Cancer and goes into Leo. And I feel like your mind starts to get oriented with how to best apply your willpower. You get very how oriented finally. And I feel like that's going to really help you guys get out of your emotions, really help you get out of this kind of tit for tat energy that I'm picking up on. You just may feel like vengeful, or you may feel bitter. And that's not how you're intended to be. I hope you enjoy the waves in the background. I don't know if you can hear them because of my handy dandy mic, but enjoy the sunshine, the shade, the view, the leaves, the scenario. Feel the vibes. And I feel like while Mercury is in Cancer, you are very vibe oriented to a fault even. There's just something about like emotional balance, emotional regulation. Are you drinking too much? Are you smoking too much? Are you numbing out? Do you just need a change of environment in order to get this? In order to get your particular brand of the Ten of Cups, I think you need a change of environment. So let's see for Virgo. Is there somewhere I can put this? For Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcoming in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2024. Justice. Justice came out for Cancer too. In the ways that you've been wronged, the divine is conspiring to make things right. There is a fairness, a balance. For those of you who are dealing with legal issues, I feel like things go in your favor, or the fairest outcome that is possible comes through. I do feel like instead of retaliating, let God handle it. Let karma handle it. Karma will do a way better job than you ever can. Physics can do a way better job than you ever will, because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. You reap what you sow. If you lie, you'll be lied to. If you cheat, you'll be cheated. So these people who are doing dirty by you, or the people that you feel wronged by, don't go tit for tat. Let the divine handle it. You have big decisions to make, and the decisions that you need, like your energy doesn't need to go into petty decisions. Your energy needs to go towards these big ass decisions that are coming up in your life that require all of your mental strength, your mental power, your mental fortitude. There may be somebody with Libra placements coming in that I feel like is going to be a big help. That's going to help you make decisions. There may be just somebody that's very balanced in their mind, very balanced in their actions, way more balanced than you, possibly. I feel like you have decisions to make on if you want to proceed with something legally. And I feel like you already know the answer to that. Don't be afraid of spending money. It'll come back to you. The scales are recalibrating. The scales are evening out, balancing out. And it's putting you in this position where you're going to have to decide, how petty do you want to be? Speak your truth, say what needs to be said, and keep it moving. Don't be a groupie, keep it moving. You know the motherfucking motto around these parts. Then we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you have big decisions to make because there's some confusion. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of things that you could be doing. There's so much that you want to do. You don't know where to start. There's so much that you could be doing. Maybe you need to outsource some tasks. Maybe you have outsourced some tasks and you need to get somebody better to do it. I feel like there is a lot of latent or hidden shadow. Things that you don't want to talk about or think about or deal with. Things that you don't want to look at. And you can't just smoke it away. You can't just drink it away. You can't just like let the chips fall where they may. I didn't mean that to rhyme. I'm just that dope. There's something around mental fog or decision fatigue. That could be a thing too. Some of you may be experiencing decision fatigue, especially if there's somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Libra in placements involved in this. It makes me think of Alex Hormozy, who purposefully has 10 of the same things and just wears the same thing every day, eats the same thing at the same time every day, so that you don't have to spend all of your mental energy on making all these little micro decisions. Google decision fatigue. For those of you who that resonates with, you need to make sure that, I feel like there's ways to simplify your day, to streamline your day by way of doing the same thing, meal prepping, little things like that. Do what needs to be done so that you can save your mental energy for the shit that you really need it for. I feel like there's so many options, so many different decisions or so many different directions that you could go in. But you're using up way too much of your mental energy on things that someone else could do for you, or you know what I mean? You could simplify it. And I do feel like there's a lot of shadow coming up. You may be, if you're dealing with somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements, you may be seeing their true colors or seeing their true feelings. You may be really finally encountering your own true colors or your own true feelings. And it's time to assess some shit. You're good at so many things. You're capable of doing so many things. But a change is needed in the realm of your emotions. A change is needed in the realm of your spirituality. A change is needed in the realm of your creativity. You need to get back to that creative, dreamy place where you start visualizing more, daydreaming more. I also feel like some of you desperately needed to have intense conversations with your shadow. What does your shadow have to say to you? And if you're not familiar with your shadow, then you definitely need to be on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, I have a 5 aspects of the soul series where we go in depth about the shadow. and how to communicate with it. I feel like your dark side has some shit to say to you, has some stories to tell you, has some wisdom to provide for you. Extract the data from your darkness. All right, let's keep going for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2024. Some of you are trying to be too prim and proper, and it's gonna cost you something. The inauthenticity is going to cost you something. If you're not being yourself, if you're people pleasing, if you're trying to be Mr. Nice Guy, Mrs. Nice Guy, if you just want to do right by everybody, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, blah, 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 that shit is going to bite you in the ass. There is a sudden change, a sudden aha moment, feeling like in some area, in some arena of life, I feel like you've built a foundation upon something that's not structurally sound. You need to do an integrity test. There's something about maybe an inspection. Some of you are parts of your house are falling apart, or things within the household is falling apart. Especially if this involves somebody with Scorpio or Aries or Aquarius placements. There could just be this sudden change of direction. I'm going to clarify this over at the plunge and Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Y'all come join the ethical cult. It's chill. We chilling, we vibing. We in Honolulu. Yo. I look forward to clarifying that tower. Because I think it's like you think you know, but you have no idea. Your crown in some sort of way is getting knocked off. What you think, like the direction you think you're supposed to be going in, how you think you're supposed to be handling certain things. All of it's shifting in some sort. All of it's shifting in some sort of a way. Trying to protect this mic from the wind. Big ass gusts of wind. These trade winds feel fucking amazing. All right, for Virgo, last two cards, last two messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2024. Fuck. Got the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups and the Five of Wands, with the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Leo got this as their final card as well. You are suddenly going in a different direction, suddenly being pulled out of your comfort zone. And yes, it will be jarring. Yes, it will be uncomfortable. To have to suddenly shift. But you can see you're turning away from your comfort zone, turning away from the chaotic, from the chaos, turning away from chaotic behaviors, chaotic habits. Maybe someone with chaotic behaviors and habits. I feel like you're finally going towards your dreams or accomplishing your dreams, or there's this new chapter in the accomplishments of your dreams. Because both of these cards out here just say that you have so much mental and emotional and creative energy. You need to put it somewhere. It needs to be harnessed into something, into an activity, not a person or a place or a thing. There's motion, there's activity that's needed. You need that motion. She got that motion, as Plaz would say. And it just feels like what I'm getting from this, especially with the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, you need stillness. You've got too much in your hands. And there's stuff that you need to turn your back on, and you know what it is. I feel like, and it's emotional. It may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that you need to turn your back on. You have your hands full of something, and God's out here trying to give you the magic wand of manifestation. What you trying to do with it? What are you going to do with this influx of physical, spiritual, and sexual energy that's coming in? There may be a new relationship, a new sexual encounter, a new business, a new opportunity, new adventure, a different access to power. How are you going to wield this power? What are you going to do with the connections, the opportunities that are coming in or that are here before you? Because with the tower out here at the center of the reading, something doesn't go in the perfect plan, in like the perfect prim proper way that you planned it. So what's going on with your relationship to change? What's going on with your relationship? Like, can you pivot? Do you know how to pivot? Do you know how to be like, you are so adaptive. You are so adaptable. Will you let yourself adapt? Will you let yourself evolve? All you can't control what happens in life, but you can control whether you react or respond. So are you going to react, or are you going to respond? Save your mental energy for the shit you really need it for, Virgo. Save your mental energy for creativity, for these big decisions. Let this new balanced person come in and help heal the situation, bring ease into your life. I feel like some of you are control freaks and you gotta give up the control so that you can, that energy that you have from giving up the said control puts you in a position where you can just make better and bigger decisions for yourself. I need to clarify this. I love you. I'll see you over on Patreon. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything. TikTok at JustJEverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. You know what you need to be done with, Virgo. It's just a matter of, are you going to do it? Are you going to salvage that mental fortitude and energy? Or are you just going to keep stressing yourself out, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, doing the same thing and expecting different results? When will you let go and let God? I love you. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.